right now on Push Girls.
All I want is to walk again. I miss that so much. My dad found this video on YouTube. It's about stem cell in Panama. They do injections in your back.
I have moral issues about using embryonic stem cells. I'm never gonna do it.
I would do it in a heartbeat. No questions asked.
I don't think Chelsea wants to be like us in the fact that we've accepted being in the wheelchair.
I don't think it's fair that I have to suffer and try to inspire all these other people to do things when I'm not getting benefited at all.
I don't really feel like I need to walk to have a better life.
I think it's BS.
I push beyond limits. I push beyond what's expected.
Beyond beauty.
Beyond my wildest dreams. I'm a push girl.
I'm a push girl.
I'm a push girl.
I'm a push girl.
When you can't stand up,
Stand out.
I love my life. I do everything I want to do. I go out with friends. I have a great job. Being in a wheelchair comes with some limitations, but I don't let it stop me from doing anything I want to do.
Enjoy the workout.
Thank you.
Now that I'm in the chair, I'm more physically active than I have ever been. Working out reminds me of my paralysis, but it also drives me to want to work out harder.
Have you ever worked out so hard that you can't transfer into the car? That's happened to me before.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Flex your muscles. Wow, you have little bullets.
Every spinal cord injury is classified depending on where your vertebrae was fractured or the nerves were severed.
Some people are paralyzed from the waist down, and they could feel but not necessarily move. Then there's some people that can move, maybe their leg or their toes, but they can't feel it.
My vertebrae was fractured at T10, which is like the belly button area, but my sensory and my movement is in the lower lumbar. And I can still move my hips, and I can still feel to my upper thigh area.
In my case, I can feel basic touch from the waist down, mostly on my right side. Not temperature or pain, but on my right leg, I feel a bit of touch, and I can move 2 toes. I always feel that I can do anything a walking person can do. I just do it differently. Let's take the elevator. Elevator.
So it was my senior year, and we went to a party, and it got late. 7 of us piled into a 5-seater car. We dropped off 2 people, and that's when I slid into the middle seat. A few seconds after that, all I remember is just coming around this turn. Then we crossed the double yellow lines, and we went straight down into embankment and hit a tree. When we hit, my back literally like snapped in half. Ever since then, I've been in a wheelchair.
Good?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa! Project Walk is an exercise-based facility that specializes in spinal cord injury.
Good. All we're doing is tracking.
Jillian, she's my main trainer, and she's someone that I've worked with since day 1.
The best analogy to having a spinal cord injury, or what it's like to try to create movement when you can't, is if you put your fingers like this, try to lift your ring finger.
That's exactly how it is. I have the 2-year anniversary of the accident coming up, and I still want to walk. I still have that passion and that drive, and I'm scared that the more years that I add on that I don't walk, that maybe I won't.
Knock, knock. Who is it?
It's me.
Hi.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Hello.
You gonna come up?
Yeah.
How are you, babe? What are you doing here?
Just hanging out.
So how are you doing at Project Walk?
Good. You should come down. Seriously, you guys need to come down and like work out.
After I first got injured, I would have loved to do Project Walk, but financially I wasn't able to. But Chelsea's determined to walk again.
I need to go, I know.
It's like they believe if you don't use it, you lose it. For the first 5 years of my paralysis, I was on this healing journey. I worked out and did therapy 6 days out of the week. I understand what Chelsea's going through. That soon after my injury, I would have gone anywhere and done anything to get some mobility back.
So my dad found this video on YouTube and posted it on my Facebook. And it's about like stem cell in Panama. It's like they do injections in your back and it's for stem cell, but you did stem cell, right?
Mm-hmm. I was doing everything to walk again. I heard about this experimental stem cell trial, so I flew all the way to Lisbon, Portugal to have the surgery. They went up my nasal cavity and extracted adult stem cells and harvested them. Went into the point of my lesion of where I was injured, cleaned up all the scar tissue, and planted the cells and closed me back up. Before my stem cell surgery, I was paralyzed from the neck down. I could move my arms just slightly, but as of sensation, barely any sensation. After my stem cell surgery, I went from a power chair into a manual chair. I started feeling my breast, the right side of my stomach, the inside of my vagina, the bottom of my butt, and if you press hard enough on my legs, especially my right leg, then I could feel it.
I know stem cell can be good and there's not really much bad things, right, that can happen.
Well, you can have some side effects. I mean, if you don't know what the doctor's injecting or what's in actual shots.
Like your nose might be for your nipple sensitivity.
Remember I said that? Yeah. When you rub my arm, I feel it on my butt.
Yeah, that's what. See?
Seriously. Because I had a friend, she was like giving me a hug and she rubbed my arm up and down. I'm like...
That's why she loves hugs so much, because she's getting her butt rubbed. That's why she loves 8 hugs a day.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's amazing what smell does.
Now I want to go swimming.
No.
Yes.
Every time I go to the gym with Tiffany to work out, we always have to pass by the pool. It just makes me realize like how the sense of smell like literally brings back memories. Like I feel like right now like I'm about to prepare for like a meet and I'm nervous.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like nervous. I started swimming when I was about 10 and it was something I really loved. I'd tried a bunch of other sports and that was the one thing that I really connected with. So I felt like it was mine. So I started swimming in high school, and I was just about to start a new season with the swim team, and I went to get a physical done that day, and that same day is the day I got paralyzed. Can't do that anymore.
You can't do it, are you sure?
It was like the one sport I loved. It's emotional for me now. Like, I'm afraid to get back in and feel different and not love it as much as I used to. If I lost my enjoyment from swimming after trying it again, I think I'd feel like getting paralyzed really took something I cared about away from me. And that's a really scary feeling to feel.
They use your own stem cell.
Yeah, I use my own cell.
Okay, but there's a difference though between using your own stem or your own cells compared to using embryonic stem cells. Like if you knew that it was going to come from a fetus, you probably wouldn't have got it done.
Or would you?
Or would you?
I'm like, well, I don't know.
We all have this mentality that like everyone needs to be fixed and everyone needs to be perfect and everyone needs to be walking and that like that's all we need like these things to do, then yeah, it's almost like cosmetic surgery in a way.
If you really want to get the wheelchair community fired up, mention stem cells.
I want to get up and run around and jump. I don't want to sit forever. That's not my goal in life, you know. But do I accept it as it is now? Yeah, of course.
Same here.
But I'm not going to say, oh, I wouldn't be open to giving myself a shot at walking again or running or jumping or all those things, you know?
Yeah, but how do you feel about it morally, though?
If it's something that's going to help her, then she should do it. I think go for it.
I believe that life starts at conception. And I have moral issues about using embryonic stem cells. I'm never gonna do it. Personally, okay, like,
well, that was
I understand for you, but if it's coming from an embryo?
So someone gets in an accident and they die, but they want to donate their organs. That's to give life. So instead of, it's like bringing life from something that is no longer living.
That's that person's choice, though.
You were guaranteed to walk and dance again.
No,
And do all the moves and everything that you did before the accident. You sure about that?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
Let's say right now they actually perfected stem cell surgery and everybody's walking. Me and Ati seriously would be sitting in their wheelchair. They'd be fine with that? I think it's BS. I think it's freaking shiza.
I definitely don't feel like I'm one of those people that wants to get stem cell surgery right now. I feel like the only thing that's gonna help me do is walk, and I don't really feel like I need to walk to have a better life. With you, like every little thing you're gaining, like helps your quality of life, helps your independence. I just feel like I should be like definitely one of the last people in line because I don't feel like that's gonna like
Enhance anything.
Yeah, or make my life any better.
I find it interesting that Mia says that paralysis hasn't taken anything from her, and yet she hasn't swam in 17 years.
I just don't think it's fair. I've helped so many people, you've helped so many people, but who's helped us? All I want is to walk again. How hard is that to ask for? Are you saying that you're glad it paralyzed?
Yeah. So then, why haven't you swam after all of these years?
With all this talk about stem cells recently, I decided to visit the Reeve Irvine Research Center to see if there's any new developments that could benefit me.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? Haven't seen you forever. I'm the director here of the Reeve Irvine Research Center. We study spinal cord injury and hopefully develop new treatments that will improve function.
The reason why I wanted to come here is because I wanted to see what is the latest and what's going on and what are the possibilities for individuals like myself that's been injured for over 5 years. I mean, I've been injured for 10 years.
So we'll start with biology and then move over to human stuff and go from there. Stem cell research is a subject for debate for really primarily the religious and ethical issues. The human embryonic stem cells that are used here at the Reeve Irvine Research Center are the leftovers from in vitro fertilization clinics. These were created by couples who couldn't have children on their own. Some of these were implanted, which hopefully allowed the couple to have children. But the leftovers, they're discarded as medical waste. Basically, this is a mouse, and so this is the same kind of an injury in a mouse. And this is the connections coming down from your brain. So connections are just stopped. It's like a brick wall. By boosting up the growth capacity, what we've been able to do is get them to just punch right through. They're able to reform connections. And what we're trying to do now is to really take this and develop it into a therapy that could be actually applied to people. So a potential stem cell treatment could be injecting cells at the site of the injury. We're hoping that we can regenerate tens of thousands, even more, of the connections that were lost.
I actually had a stem cell surgery. If someone already had a stem cell surgery, are they able to have another one? You know, what are the chances? Or
having had a surgery like that in the past would probably mean that you wouldn't be able to participate in sort of the first run of clinical trials. But if anything became available as a treatment, absolutely.
The thing is, if you're a quadriplegic and you don't have hand function or dexterity, if you can do a surgery and actually get some dexterity back or finger function, I mean, that changes our world in so many ways.
Our thing that we're working on right now, the regeneration that we're seeing in mice, is far enough that if you had an injury at the cervical level, and if we could get that amount of growth in a person, you would actually get some hand function back.
I mean, besides the fact of opening your fingers and trying to grab something or reach for something, I mean, just to open your hands up and just to just touch your loved one's face and just tell me everything.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
That's all I think about. I mean, I could put my makeup on and I can feed myself and everything, but just to open my hands up and touch someone again, it means everything.
I believe that in Angela's lifetime, we will develop ways to regenerate connections for at least some distance in the spinal cord. 2 segments, about that far, would allow her to regain hand function. And I think that for Angela, that would be a huge thing. If we can't accomplish that, you know, in a reasonable period of time, I will be very disappointed and very surprised. I'll just tell you that, because I really do think we're on the road. No, I don't mean me personally. I mean we, the field, is on the road.
Words can't describe how I felt when Dr. Oswald told me that he thinks that in our lifetime, stem cell surgery will allow someone like me to be able to open my hands again. I just want to give you a hug, please. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my God.
Go. Do you do any balance exercises?
I do the sit to stand.
Push.
It feels good to work out at Project Walk because I'm out of my chair and they're having me focus on my legs instead of just your upper body.
You good there?
Yeah.
Good. All right, it's all you. Good. Remember, push off the stable leg to help you get up into that elevation. Woo!
If I want to walk bad enough, then, you know, maybe one day I will. You can't just sit in your wheelchair and expect to walk again.
Okay. Very nice. You good there?
Yeah, don't let go.
I got this.
So shift your weight into the left.
Wait, okay. And I don't want anyone to tell me that I can't walk, because I'm gonna work my ass off until I can walk.
Good. Pull. Good. Load. Pull. Good.
Watch out.
Yeah. High kick. Load. Pull.
Being in that walker was, words can't, I can't put words into what it felt like. Being in that upright position, seeing people eye to eye, I miss that so much.
Load. Pull. Yes. Load. Pull. That's good.
Since Tiffany and I rolled by the pool the other day, I find myself drawn to it every time I go to the gym. Swimming was my passion. I loved it more than anything. Having it taken away from me was incredibly painful. Maybe because it hurt so much, I had put it out of my mind all these years. Lately, I've been thinking about it all the time. I'm just not sure I'm ready to deal with all the emotions that come with swimming again.
Chelsea's in town. How was Project Walk?
It was good. I love Project Walk.
So do I. I miss it.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go there, but I
go there.
but I didn't get to go.
What do you like? You get out of your chair and you feel normal.
I know, but is the sole purpose of them doing everything to get you to walk again? Or is it physical therapy?
It's more like staying healthy and staying having circulation and staying bone density.
It's called Project Walk. They don't give you a false hope of walking again, do they? No. I understand there's people that want to walk again, but don't focus on I have to fix you. You know?
I learned not to live for hope, but to just live. Because if you live for hope, life passes you by.
I feel like getting paralyzed makes me way more of who I am now than I would be if it hadn't. I feel like if it was taken away, it would make me have a completely different mission in life, I think.
So are you saying that you're glad you're in a wheelchair and you're glad you're paralyzed?
Yeah. I don't think Chelsea sees herself as paralyzed yet. I don't think she's absorbed it yet.
I'm not glad this happened to me at all whatsoever. I'd much rather be walking right now. I would do anything right now. If I had a choice to do stem cell or to not, I would do it in a heartbeat. There are no questions asked.
Part of Chelsea wants to be a lot like us, in the wheelchair and how we deal with it. But I don't think she wants to be like us in the fact that we've accepted being in the wheelchair.
Everyone else in the car got a second chance to walk. Why can't I?
Because you were chosen. You were chosen for a greater
chosen, yeah,
purpose.
but
Do you think that you would be doing all the things that you are doing right now if you were walking or when you were walking? You think you would have done all this?
No, never.
Right.
But like, why?
That's what I'm saying. We're already, it's something that you don't get over. It's something you get used to.
Maybe I have a different outlook than the girls about the whole like, well, at least you can inspire people. And it's like, yeah, I can maybe inspire them, but what does that do for me physically? All I want is to walk again. All I want is to be able to wiggle my toes. All I want is to be able to feel someone touch my leg. How hard is that to ask for?
What are you thinking?
She wants to walk.
What's going on?
You keep it real. That's why we're here.
I don't know, I just think that like,
Break it
I
down.
understand that like we all have our different beliefs and we all think that, yeah, this might have happened to us for a reason. Maybe it did save us and maybe it did save me, and I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that I have to suffer and try to inspire all these other people to do things when I'm not getting benefited at all. You know, like, no one's helping me.
I've had that exact
I've helped
feeling.
so many people, you've helped so many people, but who's helped us? You know?
We all felt that way. We missed it. And then you get further and further away from that point and you realize it's just little things, you know, and the big things are what really matter, and like accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Walking is nothing. Walking is something that makes your life, you know, what it was, but it's not what's going to make you who you are. Once I did accept who I was as a person, regardless of whether I could walk or regardless of whether I had something wrong with me, then I became so much happier. I kind of feel like, you know, I feel like I do way more now being paralyzed. It pushes me to do more, and I don't think it holds me back from doing anything I want to do.
Why haven't you swam after all of these years?
It's interesting. It's like,
I so love the fact that Tiffany called Mia out when she said that paralysis didn't take anything away from her. And Tiffany just looked at her and said, oh yeah? Well, what about your swimming?
the emotional part of things is why I haven't swam, but it's not the physical necessarily. So
I thought it was the physical because you were saying that it wouldn't feel the same.
It wouldn't feel the same, but it would trigger something emotional in me.
Wow.
I hate being called out, and Tiffany did that. And I realized that how could I make my argument if I haven't swam? Everything else I've tried, everything else I've done again, so I can say it's much better now, Jared, it's more meaningful. The swimming thing is not something I've tried, so it's like, it's the last piece.
Mia really needs to stop thinking about it so much, stop debating it with herself, and stop doing all of this and do a little bit of that.
I think if I actually tried it, you know, it would be my last little career.
On the next episode of Push Girls.
If I can get the modeling world to think outside the box, then my modeling career can definitely take off.
I'm still here. I still have breath in my body. I have dance in my legs. Whether they want to move or not, I'm going to make this floor move. Life is full of challenges. Bring them on.
Sundance Channel presents Push Girls. All new next Monday at 10. Push Girls is available on cable and satellite, not on Dish.
Thanks. I can only describe the feeling I had when I went back to the pool. It was probably similar to the feeling that people have when they climb Mount Everest. I knew that if my challenge was to be in a wheelchair for life, that I wasn't going to let it stop me from doing anything I wanted to do. One of the first questions I asked when I first got paralyzed was, can I still do sports? But really in my mind, it was asking, can I still swim? So I said, why am I not even trying? Putting my feet in the water was really weird. because I couldn't feel the temperature, so I didn't know if it was going to be cold or not. When I went into the pool, I felt light in a good way. So I knew I was ready to try it. I knew I was ready to try the whole length of the pool. I didn't know if I'd make it. But once I did, I was really, really happy. I was like, okay, this is doable. And I knew in that moment that I was back. And I was like, I can do this. At any age, you can begin again. So here I am, 17 years later, doing something I did at 15 in a completely different body.